Okay, so here's the recipe today for the sticky brown, based on the Gunnar Imperial brown. Let's see, I went ahead and pre-measured out my water additions, and I've got that mixed up in a little thing of water, and I'll show you that in a second. Here's the basic recipe: mostly pale malt, some Munich malt, also some wheat, caramel, amber, brown chocolate, and pale chocolate. You can see the percentages there. Gonna be mashing in, try and hold that around 66, probably around 67. Might want to boost up that body a little bit. And also gonna add in more water additions in the boil. You can see those down there. For the hops, we'll be using Aurora for a 90-minute addition. Using some Bobek, and then also flame out using some Columbus. Gives us a really nice one. We really like the Nottingham yeast, so we're going to go ahead and use this on the entire 10-gallon batch. And then I believe we're going to go ahead and bottle condition this one, because I really like that bottle conditioned. After probably about 2 months, it was fantastic. So that's it. Let me go ahead and show you the salt additions, what I did there. Alright, so over here I've measured out my salt additions, got them all stirred up and hydrated. And then before I add in my grains, I'm going to go ahead and just add this to the bottom of the mash tub, so we can see that they are all dissolved, because last time they didn't completely dissolve. So that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in the grains that I've already crushed into that bag and add them in here. Alright, grains have been added. Everything's ready. Now basically I'm just waiting on Christian to show up, and then we'll go ahead and strike. Basically also waiting on the strike water to heat up. Currently only at 27 degrees. Shooting for 80. That's not going to be the strike though, because I'm going to be going and using my water meter coming out of the water supply into the bottom of the HLT coil, going through the coil out of the top, and then underletting into the mash tun. That's how I'll be doing it today, and that's why I'm bringing the strike water up to 80 degrees, because by the time it comes out of here, it'll probably be closer to 60, 70 degrees, and I expect to get a initial reading here on the mash tun about 50 degrees, right around the protein rest, and then we'll go ahead and slowly ramp that up as we recirculate it through the HLT, which then should hopefully end up right around the 66 degree mark, because the cold water running through the water meter is going to bring that 80 degree down pretty fast, and should settle around 66. So we'll see. Alright, so we're striking right now. I've got the water coming in through the charcoal filter, using the meter, striking with about 35 liters of water, so it's coming in cold, going through the HLT coil, coming out the top, and then coming in underletting into the mash tun. We started off, it was 82 degrees in the HLT. Currently it's dropping down. You can see that cold water is forcing it to drop. I started it off at 80. What we're actually going to be mashing at today is 66. So let's go ahead and set that to 66. In case it gets down there, it's going to kick that element back on. You can see this is the temperature of the water coming into the mash tun right now. Coming in down here, hitting this sensor, coming in and underletting. So hopefully we'll end up right around 15 or 50 degrees Celsius for the protein rest. And then we'll start to recycle it in order to bring it back up to that 66. That's how we're striking today. Alright, so we should stop just over 35 liters. Okay, there we go, that stopped. And you can see the last temp coming into the mash tun was 47 Celsius, and it brought the HLT down to 62. So we're going to go ahead and bring that back up to 66 for the recirculation. And then we can see that, yep, indeed, there is water in here. We just need to stir it up. You can see there's the water level. So we just need to stir it up a bit, stir it in. Alright, so we got Gunnar here stirring the mash. It's going pretty good. And we ended up at 50 Celsius as predicted. So I'm going to go ahead and reconfigure the hoses as the HLT is coming up to temp. So reconfigure the hoses so that then we'll start to recirculate the mash through the coil and then back into the mash and bring that up from 50 to 66. Okay, so taking a sample of the mash, about 5-10 minutes in, we're at 5.45. There we go, looking pretty good. The prediction was about 5.44 on brewing water, so that's right on target. Alright, so we are boiling. We just added in the salt additions. Sticky and I are here, and we kind of cocked up this one due to an unknown issue at this time. There was a really bad efficiency on the mash, so we ended up with 1056, 1057 in the boil kettle for a pre-boil gravity. We were expecting to get 1062. So what we ended up doing was grabbing what little DME I have left, which was actually about 2 handfuls, put that in there, brought us up to 1060. And so we're going to go ahead and call this good. Instead of 1062, we'll end up with a 1060 pre-boil gravity. Well, in the boil gravity now. And basically, let's go ahead and hit reset on that clock, and then hit the reset button up above. The red one, right above the clock. Yep. Go ahead. Alright, so clock is running, so now we're going to go ahead and boil for 90 minutes. Add in our first hop additions, and here we go. It's some
Aurora.
44 grams of Aurora. Boom.
Boom.
There we go. Alright, so today we are bottling up the Southern Passion Citra IPA / Pale Ale. Take a look in there. That's pretty dark. You can see it coming out really nice, clear golden color. Got my little homemade bouncer here in the middle. Getting some hop debris. Not really, can't see much there. Yep. Filling her up. Got Gunnar here helping out. Brewday with Christian. Andrew showed up. It's a full house here.
Go.
Yeast nutrient coming in at 10 minutes before the end of the boil. And the water flock tablet.
Boom. Business.
Alright, so it's a 5-minute addition of Bobek going in. There we go. Alright. Getting down there, almost the end of the brew day. We're just tasting some beers that Andrew brought over. Good times. Right now we're at Knockout, so we're going to go ahead and do a Whirlpool edition. So if Christian could go ahead and shut off the element. Just put the element switch in the middle position. Yep, there we go. So the element is off. Here we got the Whirlpool edition for Columbus.
Yep, in it goes.
In it goes. Just stir this up.
I'm pleased to report that we are more or less back on track on the gravity, we took a reading now and saw that we were at 1074. So that's good. Estimated at 1076, so we managed to get back online. So we call that good, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty
Is that
good.
good? Pretty good.
So we're gonna whirlpool this for 15 minutes and then start to put it in the fermenter. Okay, so we've got the whirlpool going. See the protein coagulation happening. It's gonna come out of the bottom of the boil kettle through the pump, going through the counterflow chiller. Not chilling at the moment, still just still hot wort. And then coming back in through the whirlpool port. And we'll whirlpool this for 15 minutes and then start to chill it down. Okay, so Brewday's done and dusted. We're wrapped it all up. We've got the beer into the fermenter. And basically we ended up very low on our volume and also low on our gravity. We came up with 1070. We were expecting 1076. We got 9 gallons of sweet wort into the fermenter. We were expecting 10. Here's the beer. Looks nice, tastes nice. If you want the notes on that, go check out Christian's video about this brew day. Yeah, so hopefully that won't be too bad. So where did we have our loss? Well, we have about a gallon of trub and sweet wort all sort of combined here, and this is what was left inside the boil kettle. So yeah, I don't know, gonna have to make some changes on the equipment profiles and make sure I start to account for that a little bit better. I think right now I have only dialed in for about half of that as a loss. But yeah, the grain crush or quality of the grains is really,
Yeah, there's something there.
Something there.
The troubles we had wouldn't. I don't think that would impact that negatively on the outcome.
No, we
Because we just ended up basically batch sparging it. So
yeah. We started off with a low extract in the first place.
Yeah.
And then everything sort of escalated from there. We tried to correct as best as we could. I thought we would come out better than we did, but we didn't. So yeah, that's it.
It's going to be beer. It's going to be good.
There will be beer. Can't help but be disappointed, but yeah, there will be beer. Be happy in about 30 days.
We'll drink it.
Yeah. That's it, guys. Tune in for the tasting video or the bottling video. Cheers.
Cheers.